Hey guys, Infidel 1258 here. Today I am hanging out with a couple special guests. I got Gameboy Ali and I got Ashley, NFT Gaming. Today we're going to get together anyways and try and look at some packs and just hang out and get to know one another a bit better. How you guys doing today? Ashley, how you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Nice.
Doing great.
Thanks
Had a great day.
Thanks for coming today. And how about you, Ali? How about you, man?
No problem.
I don't have bad days, brother. This is a great day for me. Smiles for miles.
Okay, so I've got a bunch of, as you guys, before we started up here today, I went and got the potions sorted out, so I'm ready to rock for 600. But before I do, maybe we spend a couple minutes just kind of introducing both of you guys. I'm pretty confident most of the people who are following me know you guys. But still, let's do it because, you know, there's always new people to this space every single day. We're growing and growing and growing. And so, Ashley, tell me a little bit about your channel. How'd you get into Splinterlands? Are you into other games too? And even blockchain? Like, what's your story?
Yes, so I am Ashley, and my channel is Ashley NFT Gaming. So I got into Splinterlands last August or so, maybe September. And I got into it from my husband. He was playing it. At first I thought, that looks lame. But then he told me he sold a card for $2,000. And I was like, oh, okay. I got interested. And then once I started playing it, I was like, I was really wrong. This game is addicting and super fun. And just went from there. I got addicted. Buying cards is fun, you know. And I also have other crypto, and I've played a few other games. I played Plant vs. Undead, but it's not doing so good. I don't recommend it. And I have, like, you know, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Safe Moon, and some other tokens.
Nice. Yeah. And Ali, I know they know you, but still, give them the rundown. How long you been doing this? How's the Twitch going? I saw you had a really good day the other day. Tell them about the Twitch channel. Let them know.
Yo, what's going on, everyone? I am Gameboy Ali. It's nice to be on here with 12. Always a pleasure. So yeah, I did a celebration the other day. We have 1,000 followers on Twitch. So I threw a big party, gave out like $1,000 in assets. And yeah, it was wild. It was a 12-hour stream. Pretty sure I broke my back after a while. Did a couple of live performances. Everyone had a good hoot. Nice laugh. But yeah, we've just been working away over here and playing Splinterlands since last August, and this game is just like, oh, it's my love. I wake up like, you know, some people, they wake up, they're like, oh, I'm hungry. Some people wake up like, oh, where's my love or my dog? I wake up, I'm like, how did my Splinterlands do? Did I buy anything on Peak Monsters for my bids last night?
Yeah, you're gonna make me check now too.
I go straight into there.
You're gonna make me
okay, so we started at the same time then.
Yeah, we started around the same time, you know, and since then I've been able to kind of build my deck bit by bit. I sold some of my Ethereum when Ethereum was up to make sure I can get nicely into this Chaos Legion pack sale. And now I'm holding enough packs and assets that it generates me 100 SPS a day. So every day I'm using that, trading it for DEC and buying all the cards that I'm missing to fill up my deck to compete competitively in silver and bronze leagues. And I'm currently playing gold league with around 200 or 200,000 CP. So having a blast out here, you know, learning more and more every day and just trying to get better at the game.
It's super exciting for me, having been here for, you know, almost 3 years, to see you guys and other people too coming on YouTube and starting to create great content, and Twitch also, and creating great content and talking about the game and, you know, creating buzz and excitement. And I see it's not just, you know, it's like the communities around you guys that are, you know, they come to see me too. And then I see them excited to, you know, to see Ashley in the chat or to see Gameboy visiting the channel. And it's like there's community growing, there's excitement growing, and it feels totally different than it did 3 years ago when I started, where we had like 1 or 2 or maybe 3,000 people on a busy day, and actually maybe 3,000 accounts, right? Because there would have been bots back then too. Compared to now, like 200, 300, 400,000, 500 at peak times a couple months ago. And it's just crazy. And also it makes me think about, you know, where are we going to be in 4 years? And because I've seen, you know, how you know, a small thing can turn into such a massive thing over a period of years. And you know, people like yourselves helping people understand this complex, you know, it is a simple blockchain auto brawler, but there's an economy there that's so interesting, and actually there's so much depth there. And so it's really cool to see you guys coming out and doing what you're doing. Thank you. Actually, what leagues are you playing in these days? And you know, what's the goal? Do you have, you know, are you growing? Are you happy at whatever league you're in, or what's going on over there?
So I just got into Silver 1 yesterday because I spent some more money buying some cards.
Nice.
So I just got to 70k power, so I just got to Silver 1, which is exciting for me.
Nice.
So that's where I'm playing. And my goal this year is to get to gold, but since I'm already in Silver 1, I think I'm going to get there soon.
Yeah.
I hope.
It starts
What's
slow
so
and
cool
then it
about
happens
this game
fast.
is, yeah, it's kind of like a snowball effect. You know, as you start building up the assets and everything with the SPS that gets airdropped, yeah, it just becomes a bit more, and then you can really start, you know, using that, and you're getting more chests every season end, and all those assets
Yeah.
just start adding up. All you really need to do is catch a few of those, you know, gold foil cards that are high CP, and that'll boost you up real fast.
Yeah, I haven't been lucky with those.
Hey,
I think
but,
I'm
you know,
due for
luck's just
one.
around the corner. You got it.
I'm due
Yeah.
for one.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, I remember I was playing the game, and when I used to do it, the cards were worth, you know, a penny or even a half a penny. I remember Sea Genie, which is like $1 or $2 now, they'd sell it for a penny or half a penny, and so, you know, it feels like nothing. And then even those cards that are 3 cents now will one day be much more valuable. And so it's very slow at first, and then all of a sudden, and it's happening, you know, it's even happening right this moment, but you don't feel it until it's not like observable until that retroactive raise. And what I mean is, like, you know, when a gelatinous cube goes from a penny to $2 per BCX, you immediately get like a retroactive raise on the time and the effort you've been putting in over the last months or years. And it's just like this card here, Camilla Sungazer. It's the legendary dragon, 3 mana cost, -1 melee. This thing used to sell for like between $1 and $3, and I think now it's like, you know, 100 or
It's
200.
like $69.99.
Is it? And it's
Wow.
every single card is the same story. Every single card. Hang on. I gotta turn off my Discord pings. I'm getting notifications.
Good idea.
Okay. Okay, got it. Yeah, you know, like that's the thing I see with blockchain gaming. That's the thing I see with NFT gaming. I want to get into a couple hundred packs here, but maybe I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on that. Like, what is, you know, do you agree with what I just said, that, you know, if the game is meaningful and if the community continues to grow, whether it's Splinterlands or another game, I think you almost necessarily have an investment in a game that is going to stick around and that is going to have a continued growing audience. Those types of games that are offering NFTs for your time are going to reward you in a big way retroactively, because I think trivial rewards are being handed out, but then, right, they're deflationary. Like, there's only so many of them. What do you think about that? That's one of my main points. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on that.
Yeah, I 100% believe in it. Yeah. The price is going to go up later. I mean, there's no way it can't, right? This game is amazing. We need more new players, though.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, like one of the things I really liked about this game when I first got in was knowing that the cards would be deflationary. So as there's still like so much, like as demand grows, supply is gonna, you know, keep dwindling. So as crypto grows, you know, these cards will really have more value.
Mhm.
And what that kind of makes me think is, you know, I sometimes I worry a little bit when they're opening up all these new sets, but they actually have worked out things that have created like more value since they gave now beta cards, you earn 5% more DEC.
Mhm.
You know, the alpha cards, you earn 10% more DEC.
Mhm.
And I know that they're keeping all this stuff in mind, because they've they've always said that they have high interest in keeping the value of these older cards. That way people don't just get wiped out from their investments. This is like one of the top things on their list when they're creating all this new stuff. So I'm really excited to see what happens, like when they start implementing land, if they make certain cards like that more valuable too, because they've always kind of made an effort to not have cards be useless. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that makes me really bullish on Splinterlands cards.
Yeah.
And land as well.
And I've been watching, like on DAP Raider, like how many players are playing daily, and I'm hoping, that number will go up. But as we all know here, when crypto goes up, the hype for all the games and everything goes up too, because the earnings are also higher. Mostly in a game like Splinterlands, like they said, when DEC is worth more money, they give out more DEC.
Yeah.
And that's something that they've implemented right into this game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of like it is a tool to kind of keep DEC, at a certain rate, right? As they give out more and more people sell it, the price might come driving back down a little bit. So they kind of have it at least a little bit controlled.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And that's an interesting consideration. And some people would say that that's an indication why the economy needs significant work, because they would argue that that the DEC, the inflation of DEC creates that vortex of really positive growth from the payouts of the game, because when DEC price rises, because as DEC price goes up significantly, what ends up happening is the game not only do you have more value in each DEC, but you actually start receiving more DEC per win, because the game is trying to create more of it to bring the price down. And so you have this like double benefit of the more tokens in your hand for each win, and each token being worth more per token. And that some people say that, obviously that's exciting, but there's another side to that coin where when DEC price falls, which it has recently quite significantly, it's still quite high, but it's fallen. Then there's that. The game stops printing so much, so you have fewer DEC per win, and then simultaneously each is worth less. And that combination's, maybe that's partly why we're seeing fewer players playing. And I've heard people argue in my comment section saying things like that needs to be figured out, and that's a problem, and that's indicative of like a broken economy. They're very critical kind of commentations. I don't really agree with that sentiment. And in my opinion, I'm more, I'm convinced that DEC one day is going to go back to its peg, but SPS is the play, I would say. Maybe let's talk about SPS, and then we'll get into 200. But SPS is going to be the new reward system, right? It's not going to be the only reward, but it feels to me, when you listen to Aggie speak, actually, don't you think that aggro really makes it seem as though SPS is going to have a big role? And don't you think that they are gearing towards almost redefining what rewards look like in this? What do you think about that, Ashley?
Well, they, released that blog recently about SPS and how it's going to be a governance token, and it's going to be required for Rift Watchers. And of course, staking SPS gets you the vouchers, and they're going to make a shop for the vouchers. Like, it sounds like there's a lot of utility coming to SPS, so I can see SPS going up.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Ali? What do you think about SPS?
I'm excited.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it definitely seems like the main focus over here. You never hear them spewing and talking about DEC all day, like all these big plans for DEC. So I definitely feel like it's a lot safer to hold your coins in SPS. There are a lot of benefits, whether you're staking it and just using it. It's really nice if you do hold a bag of DEC, SPS, that you have a lot of options with it.
Mm-hmm.
And like Ash said, we're gonna have to use it for Rift Watchers. So if you haven't bought any yet, like, we're at quite a low price for it right now. I don't think we're gonna be here forever. We did have a total green day yesterday in crypto, and it wasn't too long ago from now that we had SPS in at 80 cents, and I wouldn't be surprised, if we end up surpassing that in like the next 6 months, year, for sure.
Yeah, didn't it go up to like almost $1 during the pre-sale for Chaos Legion? It's like,
I think it was pretty close.
It did, and when it did, all the prices of the cards were a lot higher too. because every single card, as SPS is up, so is DEC, right? But each card has a DEC burn value also, so there's like a minimum amount that card's going to be worth. So as these cryptocurrencies spike up, it's going to bring all the values of all the cards up also. It already kind of happened a little bit when we had a little bit of a spike. I seen like a lot of these, like a beta, like promo and like reward cards were already going up a bit in price. I can tell because I'm bidding in the auctions every single day, trying to fill up my deck.
I agree.
And I'm like, how could SPS not spike up again for Rift Watchers? So,
Well, they've been doing a lot of cool things. Did you guys see some of the billboards that they put up in Thailand? They put up 60 billboards in Thailand. They look amazing.
Awesome.
Oh, I haven't seen them. Where'd you see it?
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna post a link, maybe. Have you seen it, Infidel?
No, I haven't, man. Drop it in Discord. I'll put it up on the window.
Yeah, you should for sure. I'm gonna drop it right now. Just give me 1 second.
I heard about the arcade machine.
Oh my God, I want one. I was just
that is so cool.
Night. I have a little arcade at my place, and I'm like, hey, I need that. Just have it at my own house. It'd be so funny. Okay, how do I get this link here? I might play some sound for a second.
Yeah. No worries.
All right. I just press this.
Actually, are you playing any other games while he's figuring that out? Or is it just this one?
Let's see. Not blockchain games. As I said before, I was playing Plant vs. Undead, but the coin crashed. So I'm not really playing it anymore.
It took the wind out of your sails?
Is there any more you recommend?
Not really. I mean, I'm dabbling. I'm like exploring stuff also, but I am not currently. I think Ali's kind of dabbled in some other things, and I pick other people's brains on this issue, and I send it out on Twitter. Like, what are the people talking about? Because it seems to me like this is clearly not going to be the only winner, but I do think it really is powerful that this game survived a bear market. And I think I give that to, in my mind, I place a huge amount of importance on that factor. And so, and confidence for me grows out of that. And then I can see what Aggie are doing and Yaba are doing, and, the team's growing, and, the production value being stepped up and up and up. All of that to me gives me a high level of confidence. I'm not meaning I'm not going to be exclusive. Like, I will find other games at times, but so far I'm only looking. Oh, yeah, nice.
Oh, those are awesome.
Wait till you play the video.
I gotta mute it.
Started from the beginning.
I'm gonna mute it. Yeah. Wow, dude, it doesn't look real. It looks so...
Wow, and I've been to this mall plenty of times. I've been to Thailand 5 times. Like, Siam Center is sick. A lot of people roll through there daily. That's bonkers, right?
That is really cool, man. It's very, very... Like, it looks like something you'd see at Disneyland.
It's alive. Yeah, it's amazing. I've watched it so many times.
Wow, the animations are gorgeous.
They are.
Right?
Look at that squid.
Yeah, like, even just look at the screen. Like, wow, that's beautiful. How they get it like that, right? It doesn't even look real.
Yeah, that's really cool. That is really, really cool. I'm glad you shared that with me. I had never seen that before, and I'm glad I have. So let's get into a couple hundred packs here.
Well, as I was saying about the other game, is they just messed it up because they made it so your NFTs only last a certain amount of time. You can only use it at certain times, and then it ruined the price. Anyway, that kind of thing hasn't and won't happen with Splinterlands. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, one thing that I really love about Splinterlands is they've been doing these surveys and really getting feedback from people. They did a tournament survey recently. They're asking everyone about, like, what they think of SPS, what they want to do. They're always listening to feedback, and they're just always trying to improve the game. They make it feel like we actually matter, which is amazing, because some of these games out there that I've watched fail in this space are the companies that aren't paying attention to what their player base is saying.
Exactly, and that gave me a lot of confidence in investing in Splinterlands compared to other games so far. I haven't found another one I'm interested in. Yeah. I'm just too busy with Splinterlands.
Yeah, if I could play more matches. Ooh, that was a beauty. The Magia Chaos, nice.
Man, I wish I had more time for...
Oh, here goes Scorch Fiendin'.
I wish I had more time. Come on, give me a Goldie. I saw. I was watching Stever. He's another YouTuber and covering Splinterlands, and he was opening some Chaos Legion packs yesterday or the day before or something. And he gave me a tip. If you're ever opening a pack, and I used to wonder when you see a legendary, is it going to be a gold foil or not? Because of him, I now understand how to decide right away if it is going to be a gold foil or not. And I'll show you when we get one. I'll tell you how it works.
Oh, okay.
There's a little. It's just a.
I prepared a question for you.
Oh, did you?
Oh, sorry.
No, that's cool.
Yeah. You want to tell us the trick first?
Sure. The
he needs to find a legendary card first.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I'll know. I'm hoping. First of all, I'm hoping on 600 packs we should get one or two, at least one, and I would think 2 gold foil legendaries. And so, if we do, I'll know right away because of Steve's little tip. It's relating to the level, because they're all level 1, right? But a legendary, a gold foil is not going to be level 1, because the gold foils are never level 1. They're always level 2 or 3 or whatever. Like this one right here, it's level 3. And so if you see, for instance, if you saw a legendary, or did I get a legendary? If this was a legendary gold foil, it would say level 2, and then you would know immediately, like as soon as it opens.
Oh, before it turns gold.
Yeah, it's going to be a 2 there. This is one of the.
That makes sense.
This is one of the ones that was in that video, and I love. This is one of my favorite monsters now.
The flying squid. Yeah, it's amazing.
Love him. I use him all the time.
I love using him with Inspire. It's awesome.
So Dwayne and Ali, I had a question for you guys. So out of all the Chaos Legion cards, is there any that I had someone ask me if they wanted to invest in some cards, and they were wondering which one do you think will be a 10x later?
I'm going to take a little.
Like, will 10x in price eventually?
I feel like
how much is Grum selling for right now? Grum Chaos Dragon.
Not enough. He's not selling for enough. 15. Yeah,
he's not selling for enough. This Grum card is so amazing, and it's so much fun when he keeps killing people. It is the most fun you'll ever have playing Splinterlands. That bloodlust is so dirty because he gets an extra shield, gets an extra heart, extra attack, and his speed gets boosted. You know, whether it's like a reverse speed or the other way, it moves the direction that it should.
Yep.
And man, I need more of this card. I need to take this card to level 3 right now. I need to know what I'm rocking it at level 2.
So you think it's possible that Grum will 10x from that price?
I think so.
I think Grum's 10x is hard to say. 5x no problem. 5x no problem.
5x no problem.
Yeah, like that'll be quick. Like 10x might be a lot further down the line, depending on how
right.
Yeah.
I told them Oceanus. I know it's a reward card, but
yeah, I think that's
Oceanus was
$7 right now. Oh, $6.
Yeah. To me, this is like a for sure 10x. I think this card will be, and you know what I like to do when people, well, I don't even so much to answer a question like that. It's more like to answer it for myself. I'm always looking at what are the cheapest of every category. Like I'll go and look at alpha and see what the cheapest, beta, promo, every one of them, and I'll isolate them because it's an interesting way to extract the best bargains from each of the categories. And then you can filter down to different rarities, and then you can see, you know, what is the cheapest common alpha and beta rare and so on and so forth. And obviously we're looking at legendaries here, and these are just all legendaries looked at, but you know, these guys are ridiculous. Like there's just no way they stay these prices. And you know, Heartclaw, I don't love Heartclaw. I think it's actually kind of limited, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the other day I went in and I bought $400 worth of Heartclaw, Jinbilka, and Zyvax. I just bought, like, I want to say, well, I bought 100 copies of them, like, you know, 30 or something like that. And I'll do it again. Like, you know, maybe I just don't want to spend all my DC because I always want to have a little dry powder, but I refuse to believe that a legendary card that has shield, immunity, and demoralize, and no, that's not the perfect combination of abilities. It's not a really overpowered monster, but it's a strong monster. And then like I said about the subdivisions of different categories, if you go legendary and you go death, maybe even include neutral, because sometimes neutral works with death, right? Or you could look at sometimes maybe dragon. What tanks are, you know, anywhere near that price? Like this is a tank. Maybe it's not the best tank. This one here is double the price. You know, this one here is double the price. And these are new too. But I mean, look at anything older. You know, Robo Dragon's 8 times the price. And Robo Dragon's a lot better. So, you know, I'm not going to try and say Robo Dragon is worse than, but you have to start to look at things like that, just like you would in real estate. And you go see, you look at comparables and you're like, it's not exactly the same, but you know, maybe you can make an argument that, you know, I just refuse to accept that this is worth $3.60. And in 2 years, I'm certain it's going to be worth, you know, $30. So I feel like this is not going to be what someone wants to hear, because they actually want, what they're hoping to get is like something sexy and fun, and no one likes Harklaw. That's why Harklaw is so cheap. But if
I still use them.
Yeah, me too.
A bit. But like I've been buying the Harklaws and the Djinn Bilchkas too. Like these last few days. Even though I'm building out my deck, I'm like, hey, there's no way I can leave these alone at this price. It just makes no sense. But it's because they keep printing them, and people are probably, you know, a lot of people that have been playing for a while probably already have a certain amount of copies of them, so they might actually be selling them and buying other cards. You know what I mean? They might have other cards they're trying to fill up for now, but the value's definitely there. Another good card in death, it would be the Cursed Windiku. Oh, there's the Grum right there. Oh,
nice Grum.
So beautiful.
Yeah. How about you, Ashley? What do you like
up there? Oh, sorry. What do I like from what?
From the, like, for investment. Oh, you're saying Oceanus, actually. Is that kind of maybe the pick that you would offer?
Yeah, I thought Oceanus. Yeah, I told them Oceanus was my pick, since it's $6. And I mean, before crypto like took a dive, it was 60 before. So.
And with that one, if you look
I would think it would go back up.
I agree. And if you look at water and do what I said about the comparables, like it's a, you know, a good amount of hit points. It's got very fast speed, a good amount of DPS. It's got some really great abilities, even at bronze. So it's going to be applicable to bronze players, silver players, gold players, champion players. That's really important for price appreciation. If the card is only good at champion, it's not going to necessarily appreciate. Like, look at the Fiends. The Fiends, I think they'll go up in the future, but the Fiends are particularly powerful for champions. And of course, there's a market for that. But, you know, most people only ever want one. They're not going to buy 11 because they're not even playing in champion. So a card like this doesn't necessarily appreciate it. It will, but I don't think it'll appreciate like a card such as Oceanus.
Yeah, and maybe he went down because the water summoner doesn't add magic anymore, but he's still overpowered.
Yeah, it's still a great card either way, and definitely like those Fiends, I haven't leveled any of mine, and I have multiple BCX to some of them, and I don't plan to because I'm not going to be playing in champion. You'll get a lot more benefit either renting them out or selling them in the future.
Yeah,
this is a card that I think is like
this
the
Oceanus.
That's right. Yeah,
the Phantom of the Abyss is amazing when you play it correctly. It is. Wow, such a game changer. I've Forever Average has delegated me one for the long term, and I use that thing so much.
It's so evasive. Got the speed.
Yeah, it's really fun when you play it. You like that card you got in gold right there. Like with Supply Runner adds extra speed with swiftness, and you know, you add some of that. You like lower some of their speed with slow.
Yeah.
And if they don't have many magic attackers, this thing just does work.
I absolutely love Supply Runner.
Hit it. Yeah, Supply Runner is great.
The swiftness is amazing. Absolutely. I put him with Time Mage and no one can hit me.
Yeah. Oh, it's way too much fun when they can't hit you.
I know.
That's why the Phantom of the Abyss is so much fun, because it has dodge and it has flying and it starts with 6 speed. So it's like, ooh.
Nice.
This is a card I've been buying a lot of. In fact, I'm going to buy a few more right now, because especially the gold foil, because it's just like, let's get, because Well, like to your point, I keep shouting it out because I think it was like such a brilliant point, actually, about that video where you're talking about using cards that you're going to play a lot. Like one cost mana cards that are gold foil are going to give you the maximum amount of bonus, and it's brilliant because you're right, they slip in all the time. But cards that I love so much that are neutral is another way to think about that, where it's going to be applicable across more opportunities. And so you're going to be able to play it more often, and it's so good. You're right, like the swiftness.
It's cheap.
Yeah, $2. Come on, like I know for a fact.
I need to go buy that.
I'm playing that one gold foil.
Yeah,
and I plan on keep on leveling that one gold foil. That card is bomb.
Yeah, a few of my cards.
Another card I really like.
Go ahead.
Oh, another card I really like in the reward cards is actually the Uraeus card. I find myself using that one a lot on all levels because I play a couple alt accounts that I have in bronze, so I play through bronze, silver, and gold, and I'm using Uraeus all the time. It's amazing. When it gets to gold, it gets poison too, so that really makes a big difference. But that little shield there, a lot of the time can really eat up an extra hit. So even at level 1, yeah, that card right there, that thing's a beauty.
Yeah, the shield is so pivotal.
Too. Yeah. Yeah, that one shield can make all the difference. And a lot of the time I'll throw that card in the back, and even if I have an archer, I might even put the archer in the second back, depending on how much health the archer has, how much damage they do, and just kind of do my math. But when I do play sneak, I try to play more than one sneak character at a time because mostly at the lower levels because he's not doing as much damage. So but when he starts getting poison and everything, it's like, ooh. It's really
I love
nice
how Dwayne's like buying the ones we're talking about.
buy a little something. It's fun buying them or having bids up. Every day I wake up, and if my DC went down, I know I bought something. Like, oh, what I get, It's like it's almost like a little birthday present to myself every day. Yeah. I just picked up a mushroom seer for Earth, and I haven't got to play it yet. So when you're battling, if it's only Earth allowed, a lot of people are going to play Obsidian. If you have that mushroom seer, that's going to make all the difference in the world.
So good with the silence right out of the gate. Silence to me, has always been such an overpowered ability because it's a summoner ability strapped onto a monster who is also good.
Yeah, and he starts with 2 magic attack for 5 mana. Like that's. You add Obsidian to that, and that's 3 magic attack at level 1. How are people going to compete with you?
And check this out. With the Mushroom Seer, with the Silence, with the 3 magic attack, and then you drop in the... it's a Chaos card. Where is he? The Psychic Goblin. Now, okay, so you would have to be playing at a higher level. You need to be playing at gold. But you've got another Silence. And I love it when you can do double or triple Silence on your team. And you just absolutely just end whatever magic attack that your opponent, especially if you know they're a magic first type enemy. Man, it's so great to have multiple silences.
Yeah, I love that.
So no gold foil legendaries on this one.
I don't think there's any silence in silver. I've never played silence. It's probably mostly in gold, huh?
Well, just that Mushroom Seer, but like $20. So I mean, it's probably not very common.
But I'd have to rate him.
Yeah, let's see. I ended up paying $19.50 for it.
Might be one of those ones that's worth investing because recently I did the video, and actually I saw Crypto Llama did a video talking about certain cards that you really want to hold on to that are old that can really help you. And that Mushroom Seer, it's $20, but this could be a card that in the wild would push you into a much more competitive place just with 1 BCX. Food for thought. Okay, let's see what this is. I'm curious what you think the legendary summoner airdrops will look like as far as their stats and abilities. Do you think they learned their lesson with the past summoners being OP, and that could could lean towards more reasonable summoner stats like quicks? What do you think the price point will be when they release, and would it be better to buy packs and hope for airdrops, or save that money and just pick up the summoners? Oh, and he says more. When they release. Originally, it looked like 500 to 1 for the guarantees, but they tweaked the last airdrop to that marker, so the summoners could be much higher. He's right, it could be like 600 to 1 or even 700 to 1. We don't really know, which would mean lower odds and higher prices when released. Exactly. Lower odds would mean, he's right here, would mean higher prices on release, which is something I'm kind of now counting on. It now, every pack. Okay, so first of all, I want to send something to this guy. But if you guys have thoughts, I have tons of thoughts on this. But if you guys have thoughts, I'd love to get into it. So what do you think about the new legendary summoners? What are you expecting? We know that we're going to have one for every Splinter and then another dragon legendary summoner. And let's focus on the part where, you know, are we expecting them to be weaker? Are they going to be overpowered like, you know, Kitty and Yodin? Any thoughts at all? Maybe I'll start with you, Ali.
You know what? I really think that they should make them comparable to like to Kitty, you know, Llama and Yodin. I'm really hoping for that because I'm hoping that these become so comparable that the prices for the older ones, you know, actually kind of come down a bit, so I have a chance to maybe pick some of them up. But at the same time, I am kind of looking. I'm looking like at these new ones that are coming out, and I have hopes, you know, like for fire, I'm hoping they have something like maybe shield and magic. You know, I would love to see like a magic fire team come out.
Totally.
Right. And the question really is, are they gonna add 3 stats, kind of like how Llama has like 2 hearts, has last stand, has a cleanse, or are they gonna make it like a little bit less mana, maybe like 6 mana and give it 2 skills? You know, I'm really hoping that they do this 3 skill thing and do at 7 mana or even 8 mana if they have to, right? Just because then it's, you know, at least costs a little bit more. That might make some sense for them, but I definitely agree that the prices are going to be come out higher because they're going to be more rare to go. Like Splinterlands had mentioned, when they did the 3 airdrops at one time, their intention was really to have each one of those airdrop cards be a little bit more of a guarantee for how many packs you needed to buy, but instead they just launched them all at the same time. But now they're planning on climbing, you know, as each airdrop card comes out. So as it's more scarce, I think each time one of these cards comes out, I think some people are going to be itching to open more packs too, though, you know, to see if they'll get them. I know I'll be. I told myself, yeah, I'm going to wait for all the airdrop cards to come out first, but the second I see one, I'm going to be opening packs, you know?
Yeah.
You want to try to get as much as you can and not have to buy them all out one by one. But I think your viewer also mentioned, you know, if you should buy packs or not. I think it really depends on the situation that each person is in. It's kind of like a harder question to answer.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like if you're spending everything you got to buy those packs, you might not even be hitting like the guaranteed number too. You might be doing a little bit of gamble. Sure, you're gonna get some SPS, but the amount of packs you buy isn't enough SPS that you could save that SPS, trade it for DEC, and be able to buy these legendary cards. You're gonna have to do some math yourself. Everyone's gonna be in a different situation.
Ashley, how about you? What do you think?
So as I was saying, on the question about will they be weaker, well, it's Chaos Legion, so why would they be weaker? You know, Chaos Legion's supposed to be strong, right? I've been listening to all the lore videos, so Chaos Legion's supposed to be strong, super strong. So I don't think they'll be weaker. And as I agree with what Gameboy Ali said about the price. And as for the abilities, I feel like we'll see some of those new abilities, but that's just a guess, like Scatter Shot or Giant Killer.
You know, one that I think would be really cool to see, though it might be way too overpowered, is a summoner that might cost a little more, but only has 1 skill, but adds Bloodlust to all the cards.
Oh my gosh, I was talking about that with someone.
Are you? Like, wouldn't that be so bonkers?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That would be wild.
Maybe something that counters Bloodlust. Imagine like if you hit a monster that it lost 1 stat in every direction.
Oh yeah,
that could be an idea. That would be crazy. But it can only max maybe do it 1 or 2 times.
Yeah. I was also thinking they could have an ability called like pre-charge or something, so then the monster doesn't have to wait every other turn to use recharge.
Mhm.
But maybe
Oh, a
that's too
card that gives
niche.
pre-charge.
Yeah, like a summoner that gives
Ah.
pre-charge to all the monsters, and so if you use recharge monsters, they don't have to wait 2 turns. But maybe that's overpowered.
Yeah, we wouldn't know until it comes out, right? All of a sudden, everyone's pre-charging.
It was just an idea.
That's what's cool about this game. As different cards come out, the meta changes all the time, and it keeps it exciting. And they've really done a good job of like keeping a pretty cool schedule of like when they pop things out. And I've been excited this whole time playing. I just kind of wish sometimes that I could play more battles on some days, you know.
Yeah.
But then I guess there's all the tournaments and everything. But like I don't want to drain all my ERC either.
Yeah.
And now that I'm climbing higher in the ratings, it's at the beginning of the season it is getting harder, you know, since I don't have too many legendary summoners. I just have one delegated to me right now at a lower level. But that's why I'm really excited for these legendary summoners to come out. It's like, hey, my decks are pretty built out now. I just need the summoners.
Mhm.
And then maybe I can really compete in beginning of season. We will see.
Yeah,
That's the test of your might.
The summoners are definitely, you're right. Like they are the. It's nice if you can get your monsters in order. If you and then wait for an opportunity with summoners. And I think there is going to be an interesting opportunity. I think there already is an interesting opportunity with summoners, but I think there's going to be a new exciting opportunity as these legendaries come out. And I actually think they're probably, I've heard a lot of people say they're probably going to be 6 mana because they're, we have 3, we have 4, we have 2, we have 5, we have 7. I think they're going to be more. I think I don't really know. I said maybe they could be even as much as 11. Now, maybe that's too high. Maybe
crazy.
8 or 9 would be possible as like a starting point. But why couldn't they get bigger, you know, up to 11 mana? And then there would be some situations where you can't play them. But there's some situations you can't play a 7 mana cap, you know, Scarred Llama. And you know, maybe not. Maybe 9 is like a more reasonable number. But then it could be even like a totally different vibe. If it was 11 or 10 or 9, it could be a totally different offering. I mean, like Scarred Llama is very powerful and it does a lot of things. But what if the 11 cost? No, as I think that through, I think that would Scarred Llama is so powerful that if you were to ramp it up even more in a sense of like a 10 mana or 11 mana summoner that did even more than that, I think it would absolutely just be, it would be must have. So I'm actually stepping back from my own theory. I think no, that they won't do that. Not in such a big increment. They might do an 8 or they will do I think they will do a 6 now that I've said that out loud and I've thought that through a little bit more closely. And if they do a 6 or even an 8, then what would that mean for the abilities? I think it's pretty reasonable to conclude that they will be probably, I think you can imagine them being better than Plato, which is an amazing summoner, and maybe not quite as good as something like a llama or a kitty. What I said previously, and I think makes some sense, is if you imagine them being like as good as Mimosa or Frapp or Deep Swimmer, because those are the two boring ones that not everybody... I guess Chanceus also, but you know, these are the lower end ones and they're awesome, but they're not.
I really like Lure Deep Swimmer.
Yeah.
Mostly when you play him properly against Yoden, is so much fun.
Sure. But he's, you know, you can't say that he's in the same ballpark as Yoden or Kitty. I mean, yeah, like he's a good counter
Definitely
to Yoden
not.
specifically, but you know, this is a counter summoner. Whereas Yoden is an offense summoner. And so when you are playing your own offense game, you are more likely, I find this is true. If you pick the offense summoner, I find that you're usually in the driver's seat and maybe they counter you and then they can steal it from you. But if you play Deep Swimmer thinking I'm going to pick Yoden and then I don't pick Yoden,
Yeah,
you know, I don't know
trouble.
that this is a great pick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel you on that.
So I guess I'm resting on, I think they're going to do 6 mana. I could maybe see 8. And I think we should imagine that they're going to be as good as Deep Swimmer or better. And I think some of them, 1 or 2 of them will be like the new Yodin and Kitty that are so good you must have them, and 3 or 4 of them will be good and you'll want them, but you don't necessarily, it won't necessarily be meta. That's my thought.
I'm still banking on a fire magic summoner.
Me too. I've already been buying some fire magic cards.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, what are they missing?
Dwayne
But
said
either
that
way,
a
I
long
like that.
time ago, and ever since then I thought it.
Did you
I
see
actually,
that?
I just leveled
Yeah.
up my Delawin to level 3 too, so I don't mind if I'm buying these kind of like fire card or these magic cards because then I can play with Delawin at least.
Yeah.
If it doesn't happen.
Yeah, Delwyn's a good one, man. And the price has been going down. This used to be like, this is funny to say that the price is going down because this used to be, I literally bought and sold these all the time for 5 cents, 8 cents per BCX. I remember I was buying them for 5 cents and I was flipping them for 8 cents. And I remember like just being so pumped about the price, like, because I'm, it's a 30% or 40% profit. And then one day I bought several copies of it and something happened on that day where it went from 5 cents to 20 cents. And I was like, what's going on? But I sold it thinking, wow,
I'm rich.
4 times my money. But man, look at it now, it's so wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was funny. My first one I bought for $6, and then it went up, and then I sold it for $10.50, and then I was like, oh man, I need this card because I was really thinking like I'm only gonna play in the modern format. I was thinking, but then as time kind of passed, and they're talking about these different pools and everything, I just started expanding my other cards, and I am definitely having more fun playing a variety of cards instead of like locking myself to only being able to play like Chaos Legion with with like some of the dice and some of the Untamed. It's nice to have like an open deck.
That might be a card where I would feel like it fell into that niche of you were saying earlier you might do a video on some of the ones you really want to look at having. That feels like maybe that might be in that niche where, especially if you're going to play if you're looking to play in the wild, and I think everyone should be considering strongly having some participation in the wild league. I expect it to pay more DEC per win. And I say that because I think most people are trying to position themselves for a modern format presentation. Like they want to play in the modern. They're not planning to play in the wild. And that means fewer people dividing the big pie of DEC. So I think smart people are going to be buying certain cards, even 1 or 2 BCX of this or that, to try and, like that Mushroom Seer you mentioned earlier, Ali, to try and get your deck in a way that it can be really successful in either. And maybe today you play modern and tomorrow you play wild, and you'll decide how you feel and what you'll want to do. But I think it's going to add depth of experience also, you know what I mean? Like you don't want to just try the same 5 cards every single day all day. Yeah,
You might get tired and burnt out too.
yeah. So the last 200
I think I
opened.
might go buy that mushroom right now.
It's a good one.
I haven't even played it yet. I own it. I haven't even played it.
Really?
Yeah, because I just got it yesterday. So I'm
yes.
looking at some of these cards that I have been picking up, and yeah, there's some good cards in here, like the Silver Shield Archers. Like level 1.
Yeah.
That's a really cheap card. Like that's a must-have. That Archer card is only 2 mana. Yeah, look at it and look at the price. Like, how do you not own one of those if you have a General Sloan?
Yeah, and
You know what I mean?
if you get it up,
these are
if
like
you're
some-
willing to, if you're playing in gold, it's a very good card investment to get it up to 52. I know that wouldn't be cheap, but it's not exactly expensive either. And you're going to get the double strike with Sloan, making it 2. Like you're talking, I guess, what, $1.50 times 50. You're talking 75, $80. That's not cheap. And a lot of players are going to say, I can't afford $80 for one card. Okay, I hear you. But if you're playing at a champion level or a diamond level already, and you want to try your hand at the wild, this is one of the cards that could be really meaningful if you're running a Sloan.
Gang just delegated me the one with double strike of that. So I haven't got to play that yet either. And I'm so freaking excited. It's really good in those games like where all the monsters get divine shield or things like that. That dual strike is like it's a game changer for that rule set.
I'm gonna open 200. I'm gonna hit reveal all, and I'm just feeling like it'll be my lucky move. We haven't got a gold foil legendary yet. I did get a bunch of legendaries, so I'm feeling pretty good. Like I've got more than I deserve. And I was looking at peak monsters earlier, and I don't know if you guys know this. I just found this out, but you can see pack stats. There's a way to look at analyze packs, and you can see all of the packs you've opened in the last 30 days. And I've done. I did 2,100 or something. Now today, I guess I did 2,400, and then I've done 400 with you guys. But I can see how I've done, and it's not. I can see. Look at this. I've previously opened 222 legendaries out of all my packs, and I've got 9 gold for legendaries. So I'm batting above average, I think, on that. So I won't be surprised if we don't get one. But if I get one, I'm probably gonna lose my sheesh over here.
Yeah, me too, bro. I'm about to fall out my chair.
That's cool. I didn't know you could look at those stats. That's neat.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, and it's got the market value.
I still have yet to get one. I'm waiting.
Oh yeah.
Time will come.
How many packs you got?
All right, let's go.
Right now at this moment, I think I have 1530.
Oh, nice.
1529 because I couldn't help myself. I had to open one yesterday. I try to open one a day at least. And just kind of, just for the thrill, just one pack. I'm like, yes. But when these new summoners come out, these new airdrop cards, I'm gonna open some more.
Okay, let's get it. 200 Chaos Legion
packs.
packs.
All right, good luck. Gold for legendary. Let's go, baby! Woo!
Oh, I love it. I love seeing all that gold though.
Let's go.
Look at the shimmer and shine.
It's
Every
beautiful.
row.
I forgot to put my stunners on.
Yeah. Come on, 2. I'm looking for the 2. Oh, here's another one.
A level 2 Grum gold.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Dude, Mycelia, Queen Mycelia is the real home run. If you get a
yeah. She's the one. Oh, she's bold.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah. I'm still trying to level mine a bit.
I like
more.
this card. Oh, come on. Ah. This is another one I like. It's not legendary.
Mandarin. Yeah, it's got
so
that
good.
heal. Or that triage.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow, the dragon is so
Chaos
good.
Dragon.
Oh my god, so amazing.
He can't be hit.
Not this time. That's okay. That was still.
We did see quite a bit of legendary there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of good ones though, right? Like the Void
Oh,
Dragon.
sorry, I meant the Void Dragon.
Too.
Void Dragon can't be hit. That's what I meant. But Chaos Dragon's really great too.
Yeah. What do you got? Look at.
I use them both.
There's so many good cards here, man. Grund is amazing, and
so good.
I love him with a taunt. You drop that taunt in the back, and then he gets kind of ignored, and he just gets to smack people around.
A lot of the time, I'll actually drop him. I'll drop the taunt in the very back, and I'll use triage, so that way he can get more hits. And also, like at 17 mana, Grund with Llama is a beast.
Oh, I bet.
And if there's Enrage, even worse. He's just gonna dummy everybody.
Oh,
like that combo in Enrage game.
Yeah.
Put in Grund with Llama, and he just bashes everybody into smithereens. It's really fun. You just can't stop laughing.
This is a card I'm growing to love. I like the old Ant Miner, which was the 2-cost Ant card with shield, and like it had Scavenge. This one has Scavenge also, and it does 2 or 3 damage at maximum. It's a good card. It's a really, for 4 mana. It's a really nice little tank, and they're kind of giving it away right now. I think there's some real opportunities if you're being strategic right now. Not every card is super cheap. But if you're being super strategic about, isolating value and knowing what your own gaps are, your own limitations, and what you're missing, you can fill some amazing, like you can really improve the quality and power of your deck right now for not much money.
That Entoid Platoon, I use it so much. It's stupid how much I use it. The cards that I use the most, I try to get them in gold foil version.
Yeah.
Up to the level that I'm playing them.
Yeah. Another good one to get in gold is the Disintegrator, if you like to reduce the other team's melee attack. Like I do.
I know that one, but I can't quite picture
I got it in gold.
That one is it's a neutral card.
Oh yeah. And it's got the tank, right, with the Demoralize, right? Is that the one?
Demoralize, yeah.
Yeah.
And what other skill does it get when it moves up? I do use that one once in a while. I use it more so. Yeah, it does get trample. Yeah, exactly. And I use it more so when like melee can like attack from anywhere, or like those sneak in opportunity games like to sneak in. A lot of the time I prefer Unless I have a monster that has like the shield where it takes less melee damage, I usually like to inspire my monsters more than demoralize.
Yeah. But if you can do both, it's excellent. And especially if it's like a high mana match and it's melee from any position, which there are three different, there's super sneak, there's equal opportunity, and there's like, I forget the other one. There's three different modes that have your melee attack from every position. And so it's
Yeah,
really,
the other one is
Yeah. And I'm just in silver, you know, so I don't have Inspire on every Splinter.
Yeah.
So on ones I don't have Inspire, I stick him in.
yeah,
If
for
it's
sure.
like a melee match.
Yeah.
Like melee can attack from anywhere. Yeah.
Knockout is nasty. This thing is this thing is a sleeper in my opinion, especially at higher like diamond levels, because for those rule sets in particular, the demoralize, the trample, the knockout is really nice because you can contrive a situation, especially if it's like, imagine it's super sneak and everybody's attacking the rear. You put this guy in like your third or fourth position because he's going to give you that support of demoralize, and then he's also going to be dropping the knockout damage, which you would put a stunner in that would punch faster than them. And since he's relatively slow, you're going to get a stunner, one or two different stunners out there that are going to be able to knock out or stun whoever they're punching. They're all targeting the same one because the rule set is such that that's what happens. And so he goes ahead and he slams into them with 6, and then there's the retaliate option. Like, this thing's awesome, especially for the price. It's just I maxed out my gold foil and bought, like, I told you I spent 1.7 million DEC, and it's just like I can't stop myself because I really think these deals are ludicrous. I think we're gonna, you know, I shared with you 2 stories. I talked about what card was I talking about where it's just this in this video I was sharing about how
Gelatinous Cube?
Maybe, but I was thinking also the Mushroom Seer, and I think I talked about Sea Genie, and the Magic Summoner, Delwyn. All 3 of those cards, really, I have that story for every single card that is old. And I just feel as though, and I could be wrong. I don't, you know, I understand that I love this game and that I believe in it in a way that maybe not everybody does. But I really also feel strongly that these are deflationary in nature, and that the governments of the world printing money endlessly is a recipe for assets such as these to price appreciate with time. And I don't know how you could shake me. I'm willing to hear counter arguments, but I don't know what you would say to me if you really wanted to. And I don't think either you want to debate that, but you know what I mean? I can't, I try to put myself in the opposite role and argue with myself, because am I wrong? And I can't see how I could possibly be wrong about it. And 3 years ago, I've seen it happen, right? So I feel like it's going to happen again. We just have to be patient. And if we want it in 3 weeks or 3 months, like, this isn't the game. But if you're going to be here in 3 or 4 years, I think we're all, and I said this at the beginning, so maybe it's a nice way to wrap, but I love that you guys are here and you've got started in the summer and you've got this passion and excitement and your channels are growing and you're sharing, you know, interesting and exciting news about this cool game. Because I feel like I can see like what's going to happen for both of you and your approach. It's just going to be blowing up, like both on the YouTube and Twitch and in this game, like monetarily, because I do think it's as simple as, if you like the game and if you're willing to, you know, invest over long enough time horizon, that you're going to see a massive home run. I think it's that simple. And I hear it in both of your voices, like you're acquiring different assets. So man, I can't wait till we're all Splinterland king and queens and we can go to like future Splinterfests and be like, you know, have, you know what I mean? Go to like dinner and parties, and you know what I mean? It's going to like, this is so cool. This is so awesome to be a part of. Okay, guys. Thanks so much for your time and attention. I really appreciate everybody hanging out. A special thanks to Ashley and to Ali for making the time and just coming to hang out with us today. You guys absolutely need to check out their channels. They're doing it right, and they get what this game represents. So check out their channels. Ashley, can you tell them about the channel one more time, and what's the link and anything else you want to shout out?
Yeah, I just want to say a big thank you to Dwayne for inviting me on his channel, and my channel is Ashley NFT Gaming, and I recently started a Twitter. You can follow me there. It's the same thing, Ashley NFT Gaming. So I only got 18 followers, so please check it out.
NFT Gaming.
And thank you so much for inviting me.
Yeah,
again.
No problem. And Ali, how about you, my dude?
Yo, what up, what up? Some of y'all might know me already. I do have a YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is, my handle is at Gameboy Ali in one word. And some of y'all might know me from Twitch. On Twitch there, we're always doing, Splinterlands comments or content. We're battling, other people on there and whatnot and talking strategy. And you can find me at twitch.tv /Gameboy_Ali.
I got you here. Gameboy _ Ali. There we are, right?
And that's it right there. Yeah, we're rocking.
Guys,
Hey.
the
I
one
love your icon.
I know it's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
It's cute.
Okay, guys, thank you
Yeah,
very
the
much for
last
coming
stream
and hang
got
out.
153 followers, so that was good.
I'm not even following. I
Nice.
threw my follow on top there for sure, man. I'm gonna be more
Let's
active on
go.
Twitch too.
Follow
I'm looking
too.
forward to it.
Oh,
I'm like I might have to pick your
Awesome.
brain a little bit about how to play it and how to utilize it, but it's a tool and I want to learn on that tool too. Guys, thank you so much for coming to hang out.
Definitely,
Look forward
brother.
to doing it again, and
Thank
I'll
you.
I'll let you know about the art project as soon as we can get into that. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.